Hi there, your friendly neighborhood librarian Mike here from the Euclid Public Library. And if you know me, you know I am a big baseball fan. Of course, this year, no baseball. Maybe there'll be some later. I've been to 24 Major League parks, 6 last year alone, both New York stadiums, Washington, D.C., Kansas City, St. Louis, and of course, Progressive Field. And I've been to about a half dozen minor league stadiums. This here at Paul Serra Field is probably about as close as I'm gonna get to any baseball this year. They're gonna play starting at the end of July, they say, but no fans. And even if they do allow fans, I won't be one of them. I'll be watching at home. So what we're doing here at the Euclid Public Library is promoting some books that you can read instead of going to baseball games. We got a lineup of 9 books that we're gonna talk about, me and my colleague Donna, who you'll see in a minute. So I'm starting it off with a book called The Wax Pack. This is a book that I've been looking forward to since it was announced at the beginning of the year. The author, Brad Balukian, decided to buy a pack of baseball cards from 1986, which was the year he started following baseball. And he decided whoever was in the pack, he was going to look them up, find them, interview them, and write about what they're up to now and try to learn some life lessons. So he did that in 2015. This book was rejected by 38 publishers before he finally got someone to publish it. And when I finally got my hands on it about a week ago, it took me less than 24 hours to read it. It's really a great book. You've heard of some of the people that he tried to track down, like Carlton Fisk, Dwight Gooden, and Gary Templeton. Some of you haven't heard of them unless you're a really ardent follower of baseball, like a couple guys like Jamie Kokenauer and Randy Reddy. But he traveled around the country, looked all these guys up, interviewed as many of them as he could. He got hitting tips from some of them. He played catch with some of them. He worked out with some of them and just talked about life in general. And like I said, it took me about 24 hours to read it. It's a great book. It's available in hardcover form and as an audiobook on Hoopla. So get a hold of that book. And Donna will be up second with a few more books.
Hi, I'm Donna. I'm a reference associate at Euclid Public Library, and second in our lineup is Swing Kings, The Inside Story of Baseball's Home Run Revolution by Jared Diamond. The subtitle says it all. It's the inside story of baseball's home run revolution. Diamond is the national baseball writer for the Wall Street Journal, and 2019 saw the most home runs ever, breaking the record from 2017. Learn how Aaron Judd, J.D. Martinez, Justin Turner, and more developed their home run swing from a cast of quirky coaches.
But you're out. So we're here at Classic Park, home of the Lake County Captains, to talk about book 3 in our baseball book lineup. It's called The Inside Game by Keith Law. Keith is a writer for The Athletic, formerly of ESPN.com, and he was an assistant GM for the Toronto Blue Jays about 15 years ago. He focuses primarily on Major League draft, scouting, and personnel decisions. And this book is about a lot of those decisions and how they can carry over into everyday life. It does focus on a couple of Cleveland Indians decisions, one a trade not made and one a trade made, both involving Bartolo Colon. In 1997, the Indians had a chance to trade Bartolo and Jarrett Wright to the Red Sox for Pedro Martinez. They did not do that. This book discusses what went into that decision. And then a few years later, they did trade Bartolo, this time to the Expos. They got Grady Sizemore and Cliff Lee, among others. And this book talks about why they did make that decision. So book number 3 in our lineup, The Inside Game by Keith Law, available on Overdrive and also in hardback form. So come on in and get it. That's Ray Chapman. He was the Indian shortstop from 1912 to 1920 and is the subject of our cleanup book, The Pitch That Killed by Mike Soule. About 100 years ago, in August 1920, Ray Chapman was beamed by Yankees pitcher Carl Mays and died 12 hours later. He is the only baseball player to die from an injury on the field. Chapman was buried at Lakeview Cemetery, and his grave has become somewhat of a shrine. Chapman was immensely popular, and many consider him the best shortstop in the American League. He and his wife, Katie, were kind of the Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of Cleveland. Thousands attended his funeral. The Pitch That Killed covers their lives, the tragic beating, and the American League pennant race, which featured baseball legends Babe Ruth and Tris Speaker. It really brings that era of baseball to life. The library owns 2 copies and is also available through Libby, so there's plenty of opportunities for baseball fans to get a hold of this one. The 5th spot in our baseball book lineup belongs to the only novel on our list, The Resistors by Gish Jen. The Resistors takes place in a post-apocalyptic future where the world has been ravaged by climate change. Most of what is now called Auto-America is underwater. The haves and have-nots are divided by living either on dry land or on swamps or water and receiving a basic income. Baseball is still popular, though it has been driven underground and played in secret. Gwen, a daughter for the Resistance, is a gifted pitcher. Soon, the ruling class, called the Netted, find out about Gwen and want to use her in this new world's Olympics as a secret weapon to defeat China Russia. If this sounds like a novel you'd like to read, you can check it out on Libby, either in audio or ebook format, or grab a hardcover from us by requesting it through a phone call or going to euclidlibrary.org and using our chat function.
Here we are at the Big Bondfeller statue with the 6th book in our batting lineup today, Big Sexy Bartolo Colon in his own words. Colon debuted with the Cleveland Indians in 1997 and pitched with them through the famous 2002 trade that brought Grady Sizemore and Cliff Lee to the team. Colon won the Cy Young Award in 2005 with the Angels, made 4 All-Star teams, and pitched in the Big until 2018 when he was the oldest player at the age of 45. And we have a picture of Big Sexy to show you.
Thanks, Donna. Batting 7th in our baseball book lineup is another new one, Mike Hargrove and the Cleveland Indians, a biography of Mike Hargrove by Jim Ingram. He was a writer for the News Herald for several years, writing about the Indians, and now he's got a biography of Mike Hargrove, who spent many a day right here at Ben Jacobs Field, managing the great Indians teams that you saw in the 1990s. So you learned quite a bit about the Indians teams from that time, all the personalities, Albert Bell, Carlos Baerga, and Omar Vizquel, everybody else you can remember, and definitely the life of Mike Hargrove. So this is one you have to get on the waiting list for, so come to the library and check it out.
Hi, we're at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario with our 8th book in the batting lineup. It's Cleveland Rock, about the 1995 Indians by Zach Mazzell. The team went 144 and won the ALC Central by 30 games. We were led by Albert Bell, second in MVP voting, with league leading 50 homers and 52 doubles, 126 RBI, and 121 runs scored. Jose Mesa led the league with 46 saves. Manny Ramirez hit 31 homers and drove in 107 RBIs. Kenny Lofton scored 93 runs and led the league with 54 steals. I started following the Indians in the late 60s. I followed a lot of losing seasons. So this was such an exciting season for the fans and for the city. This is a brand new book. You can call us, chat, or come in the library and put it on hold. It comes in hardback, and it is also on Hoopla and Overdrive.
Hey baseball fans, and you are a fan of baseball if you made it this far into our video. We're to the 9th spot in our baseball book batting order. We've already brought you a few books about the Cleveland Indians, about decisions of baseball, about baseball cards, home runs of baseball, a novel about a post-apocalyptic future of baseball, and we're finishing out number 9 in our batting order, Split Season 1981 by Jeff Katz, who was the mayor of Cooperstown, New York, which you know is home to the Baseball Hall of Fame. So this book might be most relevant to this baseball season because about 60 games into the season, the players went on strike, They were off much of the summer, came back and finished the 60 games. They took the two halves of the season, took the winners of each half, and went into the playoffs. What made me mad about that year was that my team at the time, the Cincinnati Reds, had the best overall record, but they didn't win either of the two halves. And they took the winners of each of the divisions in the halves and put them in the playoffs. The overall record the Reds had didn't even matter. So they were left out, and I was very sad as a young preteen back in 1981. So this book contains the story of that season. You got larger-than-life figures, Reggie Jackson, Fernando Valenzuela, Pete Rose, all those big-time guys that you hear about from the history of baseball. So this is the 9th book in the order. Hopefully you can find one out of all these to read. We're here safe at home after going through our baseball book lineup. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the library.